Right now it's beautiful, but we are expected showers in between. So what's in for today, and before I get started, welcome, thank you for joining me today. My name is Juanita. I'm all about getting out, and getting active, and hopefully inspiring you to do the same. So today is all about vegetable gardening, and I will show you all the vegetables that I'm going to be doing. But I'm going to do one in a vertical wall over here, and then I have two containers over here. I'm also going to show you the container that I did on a previous video on a strawberry container, which is the vegetable garden. Last year, because I actually overwintered some of my vegetables that were in there that I thought they were all dead, but I ended up salvaging quite a few things. So today you will get to see what I've overwintered. Now I overwintered it over here in my small pergola, and some of those things was golden beets, some celery, and a couple of cabbages, which I'm looking at one of them, and I don't know if it's flowering or if it is actually something else, like maybe broccoli. I don't know. Maybe they mislabeled this, but they both are growing really tall. You'll get to see that. My neighbors are still working on their renovations, so you may hear a little bit about that, but hopefully I can get some music on. So let's get started. This is my spinach that I had when I created this container. I'll explain everything that's in here once again, but I had planted some spinach in here. This is what's left of it, so I'm going to be planting that. Mums, always great in a garden because it's a great pollinator to pollinate not only your strawberries but your vegetables and keep away a lot of the bad bugs. Isn't this gorgeous? This is beautiful. This is a salad mix, an Italian salad mix. But look at that. Oh my God, makes me want to pick some already and put in a salad for me. And I may do that, but got to plant them first. Then I've got a variety of kale here. This one's here are the gourmet mix. I do a lot of juicing, so I like to grow just what I'm going to be consuming, that I'm not going to be running to the store every time I want something. So kale would be one of those. Now kale can make you feel bloated, but if you use it sparingly in a smoothie or like even juicing, then you will eliminate that bloatiness. But I love kale, so I'm growing this beautiful mix. I'm also going to be doing red kale. This here is the red boar kale. This particular red boar kale is really good because it has the least amount of bugs that it attracts. It has the least amount of diseases that are created, so I thought I'd do that. This here is beautiful, and this one here is your leaf lettuce merlot. Isn't that gorgeous? And then I've got mums, a different type of mums. I thought these two combinations would be very beautiful in a garden. Then I've got, this is a red sale lettuce, so it actually will become more red. Want to stay with the reds because they're filled with nutrients and vitamins, more than if you're just doing green leafy lettuces. Anything with red, kind of like peppers, red peppers, tomatoes, anything like that that has a lot of antioxidants, good for you. And then I'm going to do some broccolini. Love broccoli, so I'm going to plant some of that. And then I'm going to do some flowering chives. Chives, onions, garlic, anything of that nature are really good for deterring the bad bugs from your garden and bringing in the good bugs, or leaving the good bugs. So now let's talk about this. This is my vegetable container in a strawberry container that I created on a previous video. It is getting well established. It's looking beautiful. And so if you haven't seen that video, because I also did a flower arrangement on it, showing you what you can grow in this type of container, go catch that video. I'll meet you over there. But look at how beautiful this is. This is Lysimachia. It's just a flower, considered a ground cover, but look at the colors on this. Isn't that gorgeous? And this grows beautiful yellow flowers. I've got some spinach here. I've got some lemon thyme herbal here. I've got some Italian cilantro here. And I move it around. I've got some oregano here, and then I've got some Italian parsley here. And then this is your red romaine lettuce and your butter lettuce here. Great container to do in any vegetable garden. So you don't need a big plot or a lot of room to grow vegetables. You can simply put it in a container, put it on your porch or a sunny location, and you've got vegetables and herbs at your disposal. So you don't need a lot of room to grow vegetables. Now I'm gonna go put the soil in both my vertical wall as well as my other containers, try to get that done as much as possible today. If not, I'll just meet you tomorrow. Okay, so I have all my amendments already in here. I have some vermiculite, some perlite, a lot of your vegetable amendments, that fertilizers that you need. And now I'm going to fill out all of this vertical wall and then start planting. Now I'm only filling it up to about right here because I still need to put my vegetables in there, and then I'll add more soil once I get my vegetables in there. Now you don't need a lot of space for vegetables, so that's why I'm doing it on a vertical wall. But this vertical wall would be great for any type of flowers if you want to just do flowers. To fill in the corners, you can use a dowel. I've got just a stick here, a branch. Uh-oh, it's raining. This container here actually came with this particular, I don't know, landscape material, but it's really kind of weird. So I'm going to try to staple it over here. This will just protect the wood from rotting. At least a little less than it would otherwise. I'm just going to staple this. It doesn't have to be perfect. yesterday possessed a lot of challenges between the construction and the afternoon activities, so I had to close this out the next day. But the positive part of that was that it rained, and it is actually raining right now, and so I didn't really have to actually water my garden, so that is a big plus. But as you can see, I have this side of my kitchen garden over here, and then I have my kitchen vertical garden over here. Both of them look beautiful, especially settling overnight, because sometimes they'll go into shock, and so it gave it that recovery time overnight, and they look beautiful. Now, all this outside of the spinach is cold hardy, and it can withstand some shade. So here's both of my gardens, which look amazing. But isn't this just beautiful? I mean, it just makes a statement in itself. And as it gets bigger, it's going to look even more beautiful. And look at the colors. I've got red and green throughout this whole theme here, and it's just going to look great. And I really like the vertical gardening, and these vertical walls, you can also do flowers, you can do strawberries in these containers, and you can also do succulents. So it's very multifaceted, but I love it because I can be in my small pergola over here, or I can go in through my kitchen over here and just pick out whatever I need. And it's just going to be so beautiful to do that. In this container, this I left empty because that's where my tomato plants are going to go in. And it's just too early right now for me to be planting tomatoes. Here in the Pacific Northwest, ideally the right time is like around middle of May to the end of May. So I'm leaving that open for that. And then this is supposed to be Utah cabbage, but look at, is it bolting? Let me know. It looks like broccoli if you ask me. But if nothing else, I'll just pull it out. But here's the other cabbage. This is also the Utah cabbage, and it does look like it's starting to fold over, so that's going to do great. And then over here, I did some cauliflower. Now, these containers are all about 20 gallons, and this actually need about 18 inches apart from one another. This doesn't quite 18 inches, but we'll see what happens. They're not going to compete really for root space, but for foliage space, they may compete a little bit. But we'll see how that works out. And then I've got my celery over here, and it's just looking really beautiful. Then over here, I have my red boar kale, and then all of my lettuce, which are Italian lettuce and just the salad mix lettuce. Just a couple of the spinach over here. Then over here, I have more kale over here. I do have my flowering chive over there. And then over here, I have broccoli. Now, these need to be spaced about 30 inches apart. This is definitely not 30 inches apart, but we'll see how that works out. If I have to pull them out and put them in individual containers, then I'll do that. That's why you see a lot of space here, because this do need a lot of room. And then I had to transplant all of my golden beets from that container over there that I overwintered. I put them in this container, and then I added some holes to it because this container really didn't have holes. So we'll see how well this transplanted over. Now, my leeks, definitely, I will probably harvest those and then replant some more. But those were also stuff that I overwintered last fall. And then I'm going to go ahead and just leave this container as is. I'm very curious as to how well this is going to produce. I have no doubt that the herbs are going to survive perfectly in here. But as far as the lettuce and stuff, we'll see how that works out. Now, here is some more of my golden beets that were overwintered. Just went ahead and put them in here and see how well they do over here. Okay, you guys, I really hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you want to see more like this, please subscribe and give me a thumbs up, and let me know in your comments below of what you think of this. But Again, you guys, get up, get out, get active, grow yourself a vertical wall kitchen garden, if nothing else. Okay. Love you guys. I will see you guys on the next one.